Hi all, welcome back to a new post today, and from today I'll be starting a new session tracking the Telangana current affairs which are important for the upcoming TSPSC mains examination. Recently we had the preliminary examination, so very soon the mains examination will be approaching, and let's track the last 6 months current affairs which are very important from the mains perspective, covering polity, governance, economy, social issues, environment, disaster management, geography, etc. So let's start off today with the very first news that Telangana government is striving to make Telangana as the spiritual capital on lines with many other states as well, and also be taking a lot of works for renovation and development of the pilgrimage sites in the state. Recently, there was the Mahakumbha Samprokshana that was performed atop of the Yadadri temple, and since then the devotees have been thronging the temple. There was a recent report by the endowments department also that the revenue has been rising drastically for the temple since the temple has been opened after renovation. The Telangana government now renovated the decades old temple, which was constructed in about 2,500 square yards atop of the hill of Yadgiri Gutta, and now it has been expanded to 4 acres. Now in the past years, hardly the devotees could actually move around and also obtain for them places for sitting, stay, etc., and also to visit the deity. But after the renovation of the temple, the devotees have been thronging the place Yadgiri Gutta for the darshan, and also there has been a very high rise in the income of the temple as well. So renovation of prominent temples have been taken up in the state, and spiritual tourism is one of the sought after avenues for revenue for the Telangana state government. Let's look at what are the steps taken by the Telangana government for making the state a spiritual capital. In tune of the Yadadri temple renovation, the state government has taken up the renovation works at many prominent temples. Number one is the Sri Rajarajeshwara Swami temple at Vemulavada, which is being developed at the cost of 60 crore. The Dharmapuri Kaleshwaram temple and other temples are also being developed with special funding from the state government. There is a dedicated scheme called as the Dhupa Deepa Naivedya scheme. It was introduced under the Common Good funding for providing support to the Archakas and also the Dhupa Deepa Naivedyam to the institutions which lack a source of income. As many as 3,645 institutions are covered in the scheme with the annual commitment of 26 crore. And this year, 736 applications were received by the temple in the Greater Hyderabad limits itself for assistance under the scheme. At present, scrutiny is going on, and they would be extended under the scheme at the earliest. There is also a step taken by the state government to protect the temple lands now from encroachment. Now the Telangana Endowments Department, which takes care of the temples or the religious places, is according top priority to save the temple land from encroachment. And since 2015, the department has taken up special drives and repossessed over 5,000 acres of agriculture land and 10,000 yards of non-agriculture lands which belong to the various temples. Since the majority of these lands are vacant plots, now the department is installing fencing around these endowment properties in the current financial year, and the department is executing works at the cost of 10 lakh crore rupees. The other step is taken is alternative source of income. Now the endowment department is also focusing on generating revenue through alternative sources, and in this effect the department is constructing shopping complexes and is also planning to lease out the lands to the oil companies to set up the fuel stations for the pilgrimage who visit the places. Already there are complexes at the Chennakesava Swami temple, the Chandranagar and the Maruti Mandir, and also the Dilshuk Nagar, which is nearly completion now. Regarding the construction of the complex in the Jam Singh Balaji Mandir premises and Gudi Malkapur, tenders have been floated for the project. This apart, the government is also exploring avenues including the leasing of the lands to the oil companies for setting up of fuel stations, and in this regard HPCL has its interest and its officials are inspecting various sites at Warangal, Sadasivapeta, Basara and 6 other locations near to Hyderabad. Apart from that is the online sevas and also the booking. Now online pujas and sevas have been introduced in 12 major temples, especially during the COVID pandemic for convenience of the devotees. In addition, the department has also launched something called as online booking of the Sri Sita Ramachandra Swami temple and also courier service. Towards this, the devotees now can book sevas and also prasadam and accommodation facilities at 36 temples across the state through a T app folio. Prasadam would also be delivered through to the door doorsteps of the devotees. And the historic temple, Ramappa temple at Warangal, has been named as the architectural marvel in Telangana, and it is the first UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is a key Kakatiya style temple dedicated to Lord Shiva, and the government is taking up the development of that area as well. Let's just have a quick review of the pilgrimage sites which are viable tourist destinations and also provide a lot of revenue to the government as well. So the first is, you have the Jagannatha temple in Hyderabad, you have the Devanighatta temple at Jaishankar Bhupalli, the Chaya Somaswara temple at Nalagonda, you have the Birla Mandir temple, the Bhadra Kali temple at Warangal, Alampur Papanasi temple in Jogulamba, Gadwal, Alampur Navabrahma temple in Jogulamba, Gadwal. Then you have the Kondagattu temple at Jagatyal district, the Kaleswaram temple in Kaleswaram, Kisara temple, Yadadri temple, and the Rajarajeshwara Swami temple, which are plausible, which are very, very important destination sites for tourists, especially pilgrim tourists. And also recently we had the railways launching the Vande Bharat Express from Telangana to Tirupati, and you have almost 2 trains for that. So that is also another big tourist attraction in the state of Telangana, bringing a lot of tourist pilgrims to the state. Tourism is also an important topic for Telangana economy, and this will definitely help you for that in your TSPSC mains as well. Look, tracking the other most important news is regarding the revenue now of the Telangana government, hit by the COVID-19 and also with the separation from the parent state of Andhra Pradesh. The Telangana government suffered with regard to revenue from certain sources. It is still an agriculture economy, but yes, a good news coming up from the GST revenue side. The Telangana state is emerging as a formidable economic power in the country, and also it is evident from the state's earnings of GST, which has achieved a whopping 69% growth in the GST collections in less than 4 years. As per the latest report submitted by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, the GST revenue for the Telangana has increased from 28,000 crore in 18 and 19 to 41,000 crore in 2022 and 23, amounting to a substantial rise of 13,000 crore. Now the GST collections in Telangana have been seen a consistent rise. Let's examine the performance of the GST. And despite the global financial challenges, let me tell you that Telangana managed to maintain an optimistic trend in the GST collections. In the fiscal year 2018-19, Telangana, the GST was introduced that year in Telangana, and Telangana has a GST Act and rules are issued under that Act itself. Telangana received 28,000 crore of GST revenue, and the budget estimated that year in 18 and 19 was 34,000. That means it achieved almost 84% of the estimated revenue that it targeted for. While the entire world was reeling under the adverse impact of the pandemic, Telangana continued a growth trajectory in the subsequent years, even during the lockdown. In 2019 and 20, in the second year of the GST imposition, the estimated collection was 31,000 crore, and against the estimates, the collection was 31,000 crore, and the estimates was 31,000 crore. I'm sorry, and Telangana managed to collect 28,000 crore. So this was almost 90% of the estimated income from the GST Telangana managed to collect. In the year 2020-21, that is the third year, it witnessed a collection of 25,000 crore against the estimated of 32,000 crore, reaching 80% of the estimated target. And in 21-22, the state estimated 35,000 crore and managed to collect 34,000 crore, marking 97% growth against the budget estimate. So this is a very, very big achievement for the state of Telangana. Similarly, in 2022 and 23, for the fifth year in a row, it collected 42,000 crore, and against the it collected 41,000 crore against the estimate of 42,000 crore, representing a whopping 99% of the budget estimates that was collected. That means it can reach the budget estimates at 100% of collection maybe the next year, and that's a positive sign. Telangana's growth in GST has been attributed to various steps such as proper financial planning and also policies implemented, or also timely implementation by the taxation department as well. The state has undergone significant changes over the last 9 years with improved financial conditions and also increasing purchasing power for the citizens. And thus the business sector, especially the services, the IT sector, continued to thrive even in spite of the lockdown during the COVID period, contributing to an uptick in the GST revenue. The Commercial Taxes Department, which is responsible for the GST collection, has played a very crucial role in achieving these impressive results. Various steps were taken, for example, creation of new circles, clearing the objectives at every level, abolition of the manual notices, proceedings, and this have contributed to a remarkable growth in the tax revenue of the state. Telangana's exceptional performance attracted attention of other states to learn, especially such as Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh, who have come to Telangana to study the reforms implemented by the Commercial Taxes Department. And the state's proactive approach to financial planning and reforms have paved the way for sustainable growth in the revenue of Telangana, which has been a model for other states to emulate. And this is an example of good governance. So these points can also be used in your governance paper, where you have good governance as one of the important topic under your governance paper for the TSPSC mains. Let us track the third most important issue quickly, and that's about the IT sector. Now, the IT sector has been recently in news. Just in 2 days before itself, KTR has released the IT annual report of the IT sector for 2022 and 23, and it's seen many positive results. Let's have a brief review about what the IT report says about Telangana. So in 2022, the industry reacted very well after the post-pandemic with an increased percentage in the growth rate of revenue in the IT sector, and also the revenue gradient also went up. And Telangana, the IT industry showed a resilience during the COVID days, documenting incredible growth post the pandemic year in 2022. ITs and IT sector is a sunshine sector of Telangana, gaining more traction, and also it is being spread to other areas as well. So let's have some quick review. The industry, the state government's thrust on IT activities now has been expanding, especially to Tier 2 locations taking shape, and also there has been a growth in IT towers and in smaller towns coming under the Tier 2 and the Tier 3 cities in the next quarter. While 2022 during the pandemic period until then was work from home, getting back to work this year, the model of hybrid work worked very well in Telangana and also gained a lot of acceptance. The startups especially started to perform very well, and they are expected to do a lot more this year, with investors around the world coming to invest in the startup ecosystem in Telangana, which is fostering, promoting, incubating and supporting them in many initiatives, especially the T-Hub. Now, given the recession in US, Indian companies could have greater opportunities to expand with talented workers. In the previous years, 450,000 jobs were created in the IT sector throughout the country, and 1/3 of this, let me tell you, was attributed to Hyderabad itself. IT towers are coming up in Karimnagar, Warangal, Khammam. These are already operational. Many big companies have been moving to these areas. IT towers are soon coming up in Nizamabad, Mehboob and Siddipet, and also at Nalagonda in the middle of the year. The IT report, which was released by Telangana government recently, gave some really big important points. It said that the IT sector is continued to surge, becoming the country's top performing IT destination in the country, and Telangana registered a stunning 31.44% growth in the IT exports, a jump from 16.29% growth in job creation as well in the financial year of 22 and 23. All the export statistics, let me tell you, for Telangana government for the IT sector have been given by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology from the center. IT exports for the state has shot up from 1,83,000 crore in 21-22 to 2,41,000 crore in 22-23. The state's growth of 31% was against the pan-India growth of only 9.3% in the IT sector. In terms of job creation, the numbers increased from 7.7 lakh in 2021 to 9 lakh in 2022-23, and that too post-COVID. A staggering of 1.27 lakh new jobs have been created in this financial year of 2023-24 itself. The IT exports from Telangana were mere 57,000 crore in 2013 and 14. In comparison to last year's fiscals, in the exports from the state from 21 and 22 itself was about 57,000 crore in that very particular year of 21-22. The contribution of Telangana to the software jobs in the country was 44% last year compared to 33% in the financial year 21-22. Government now is taking the technical assistance of Nalsar in framing a legislation which is going to be the country's first cyber crime act, which would be tabled in the assembly session very soon. And Telangana continues to attract major investments from many big companies as well. And the share of Telangana's economy in the national GDP also has gone up by 26 basic points to 5% in 2020-21 against just 4.74% in 1920, said the annual report released by Minister KTR. The share of Telangana's economy to national GDP has gone up by 26%, let me tell you. As per the ICT Act of 2016, Telangana just had a target of 10 lakh jobs by 2026 and to increase it by 3 lakh crore by 2026. However, the job contributed by Telangana IT sector this year itself is 9 lakh. Telangana has also reached the targets of 9 lakh jobs against in this year itself against the target of 10 lakh jobs in 2026, and the IT exports worth 2 lakh crore by 2023-24 has also been achieved. So the state has also appealed for manufacturing clusters now to boost the growth in the state, and also an e-city has been proposed as well. It also wants to expand the IT services to the Tier 3 cities and sought assistance from the center for this. T-Hub also wants to be, the state wants to create more T-Hubs in other areas of the state as well. Now, according to the NASSCOM report, Telangana's growth in the IT sector is triggered by real good physical infrastructure, the availability and regular supply of good skilled talent, the students in the state. These are the positive factors that are bringing investors into the IT sector in Telangana. And Hyderabad is just not a cosmopolitan city, but now it has become an international city with many corporate giants having the largest and the second largest campuses in the city. All these growths and achievements in the IT sector would have a ripple effect on other sectors as well. This cascading effect would be seen on residential, that is your real estate, transportation, entertainment, hospitality, services, education, and many areas as well, especially tourism as well. So these were some of the important topics that I could conclude in this very less time, and I shall see you in my next post with some more topics for the TSPSC mains. Until then, very happy learning.